we're introduced to Honoka Takamiya. He is a pretty ordinary high school student, but he has to deal with a lot of bullying. His life at school is totally boring when he isn't getting beat up by jerks. Honoka rides a bus every day to school with a girl called Ayaka Kagari. Unlike Honoka, Ayaka is really popular. One day, the school bullies conclude that Honoka is spending too much time with Ayaka, so they decide to torture him even more. Life is not going great for our boy Honoka, and things are just gonna get even worse. The following day, Honoka is living his best life, when suddenly, he gets attacked by weird rabbit creatures. Honoka has no idea what's happening, but he knows he is in danger. Just in the last second, Honoka gets saved by a magical fire blast. He then realizes that a powerful witch saved him. It's revealed that this witch is actually Ayaka, his classmate. Honoka is now in a total panic, and things are just getting started. He suddenly enters a classroom, and there, Ayaka is using her magic to torture evil witches. These witches want Honoka for some reason. The leader of the evil witch group is Tanpopo Kureishi. Honoka soon after gets kidnapped by a transfer student who is actually a witch. Ayaka manages to use her magic once again and save Honoka from certain death. Honoka wants some answers, so Ayaka agrees to explain everything. They go around town, and she reveals that there is an ancient war going on between Workshop and Tower Witches. Soon after that, Honoka meets Kazane Kagari, the chairwoman at school, and also the leader of Workshop Witches. And yes, she is Ayaka's mother. Honoka once again gets attacked by Tanpopo and his followers. After that, he begins his training with Ayaka. It's revealed that Honoka also has magic powers, and just has no idea how to use them. Honoka starts training with a flying broomstick, and also learns a spell to turn invisible. Honoka loves flying on the magic broom, and he explores the city. Soon, he saves a little girl who is getting bullied. Honoka is still clumsy, so Ayaka has to save him again. While riding the bus, Honoka and Ayaka get attacked by a tower witch called Cronoir Schwartz VI. Try saying that name fast. Cronoir uses her magic spell to attack both of them. Ayaka gets badly injured, and Cronoir offers Honoka a magical candy. Ayaka manages to find her strength and forces Cronoir to run away. We are introduced to Medusa, a very scary tower witch. Soon, she is going to break out of her prison. In the meantime, we meet Honoka's sister, Kasumi Takamiya. She is really jealous that her brother is hanging out with Ayaka. Tanpopo plans to kidnap Honoka once more, but his plan is ruined by Kasumi. Kasumi uses her magic to fight Tanpopo's rabbit armies. Kasumi loses control of her bear, who destroys a big part of town. Ayaka has to get involved, and she defeats a bunch of tower witches. After that, she promises to keep Honoka safe at all times. Honoka moves in with Ayaka, as he will be much safer with her. His sister Kasumi hates that, but his mother Komachi accepts it. Honoka is really surprised to see that Ayaka lives in a pretty big mansion. He loves his new home. This all gets ruined when Medusa finally arrives to attack both of them. Ayaka tries to fight, but Medusa is too strong. Ayaka is turned to stone, and Honoka is in trouble. He then eats the candy that Cronoir gave to him. Because of that, Honoka summons Evermillion, the White Princess. Medusa destroys the mansion and school, but has to run away from Evermillion. Kazane announces that all tower witches must be hunted down. Evermillion tells Honoka that he must kiss Ayaka to turn her back to normal. Honoka does this, and Ayaka is back to her old self. She then uses her magic to defeat Medusa. Back at school, Honoka gets separated from Ayaka by the teacher. The teacher explains to Honoka that because he ate the candy, the magic seal has been broken. Kazane will have to get rid of Honoka if he reveals that to anyone. Ayaka decides to make Honoka the new president of the student council. After school ends, Ayaka gets shot by Kasumi. Honoka is then kidnapped once again. Ayaka manages to wake up from the tranquilizer and goes after them. Ayaka then summons a dragon and takes down Kasumi. Kasumi is kinda insane. It's revealed that Ayaka has trapped Medusa and other evil witches at Honoka's house without anyone knowing. Tanpopo tries to kidnap Honoka for the 100th time, but fails once more. Kotetsu and Mei soon capture him because he is so stupid. In the meantime, Ayaka teams up with the Tower Witches to protect Honoka. In a shocking twist, Ayaka actually merges with Medusa to get a power boost. Kazane attacks Honoka, and she is brutal. Ayaka tries to fight Kazane, but loses. Both Ayaka and Honoka are imprisoned. Ayaka uses some of Honoka's leftover power to break them out. Ayaka wants to fight her mother Kazane, but she refuses to fight anymore. Honoka has a strange dream, where he experiences Ayaka's childhood. It seems that she was really socially anxious and had no friends. Her mother used witches to help raise her. She also had no real friends until she met Honoka. In the real world, Honoka has to get used to his new job as a student council president. The other members of the council do not accept him at all. The previous president told a bunch of lies about Honoka to the school delinquent, Rinnon. Rinnon decides to make Honoka suffer. Rinnon uses her gang members to mess up the entire school. Rinnon also challenges Honoka to a duel. Ayaka tries to step in and help, but decides to use a different different tactic. The day of the duel arrives, and Ayaka uses her powers to help Honoka cheat and win. In a twist, it's revealed that Ayaka actually manipulated Rinnan so that Honoka would become more popular after their duel. Honoka now has to learn how to summon a familiar so that he has more attack power. Ayaka throws Honoka off the building in hopes that he activates his power. Honoka panics and summons a giant version of Ayaka in a really sexy nurse outfit. Ayaka is embarrassed beyond belief. While that is happening, Kazane uncovers a giant bomb under the city. The Tower Witch called Weekend and Kazane meet up. Kazane tries to reason with Weekend, but she just detonates the bomb. Kazane uses all her magic to protect the city. Honoka and Ayaka are protected by the other workshop witches. Weekend creates a powerful puppet that finds them. Ayaka and Honoka are now in trouble because they have no magic to use. Ayaka and Honoka realize that the city has been destroyed. Kazane no longer has her powers, and for that reason, the rest of the workshop witches cannot use their magic. Weekend then captures some of them and puts bombs on them. Weekend wants Honoka to be surrendered to her, or else everything goes boom. Ayaka keeps Honoka safe, and they go into the deep tunnels of the city. They try to unlock Honoka's powers, and finally they are successful. Weekend soon gets captured by the other workshop witches. Weekend then reveals that this is all part of her plan to destroy the workshop witch clan from their base of operations. She activates bombs and injures many witches. Honoka then uses his new powers to heal the witches. He uses a lot of power, so Ayaka has to stop him before he gets killed. Honoka can barely stand, and Ayaka puts him to bed so that he can rest up. Honoka then has visions where he can see Kazane and her memories. Mikage, the teacher from the academy, informs everyone that they are now in a different reality. This reality was created when Honoka formed his magic contract and gained powers. All the people of the town are in suspended animation until they are saved. Honoka is attacked by Weekend's minions. In the meantime, Ayaka goes to face off against Weekend at a creepy church. Weekend detonates several bombs in the church, and Ayaka is drained of her magic. Weekend summons a monster to capture Ayaka. Honoka is finally revived, and he learns about Weekend and her plans with the bombs. Another large explosion happens, and Honoka hurries there. Honoka and Mikage find Ayaka totally defeated. Weekend sets off another bomb. Kasumi is trapped in the wreckage and Tampopo saves her. Mikage and the people in the shelter are all killed in the explosion. Honoka summons Evermillion and tries to give his life to save all the people. Ayaka then exchanges her own life for Honoka. The city is repaired and all the people are brought back to life. Weekend then stabs Honoka with a blade. Weekend then decides to heal Honoka as she needs him alive. Ayaka is now dead and Honoka tries to find a way to bring her back to life. Honoka uses some of his blood and kisses Ayaka. This works and she is once more awake. In the meantime, Cronnoir attacks and stabs Weekend. Kazane then arrives and tries to reason with Cronnoir. Cronnoir and Kazane begin a giant fight. Everything is back to normal. Honoka is warned by Evermillion that next time he will die if he tries to do something like that again. Ayaka is now awake and recovering from her injuries. Ayaka and Honoka are reunited and they go to school together. They are once again attacked by Tampopo, but this time Tampopo surrenders rather quickly. Honoka and Ayaka continue their adventures in the magic world.